Hello, welcome to A Simple Life. I have Reba and Merle here with me. The boys are helping some friends take care of a pasture. So I'm gonna work on the greenhouse. I brought my drill bits up and we should be able to start getting this bolted in. And I've started to build out a plan of what I'm gonna do with the ends. I'm not sure about this end, that end, I have a pretty good idea. This end I'm contemplating. That's what we're doing today. This is, I think it's day 5 of doing the greenhouse. We're just gonna chug along. Each day do a little bit. All right, well, I'm gonna go get everything set up, pull all the tools out, and start putting bolts in.
I have a couple things I'd like to talk about today. First off, if you like the voiceovers and you get something out of them, please put down in the comments, because I'm trying to figure out what you guys enjoy. If you guys are enjoying these voiceovers, then let me know. Secondly, Reba. Reba is amazing dog. I really look for something specific in my livestock guardian dogs. I want an independent dog, just like I want my children to be independent. When they turn 18, I want them to be chomping at the bit to go and live their own life. Okay, the third thing I want to talk about. I've had this conversation probably 4 times in the last month. And here's the conversation. It's, hey, we'd love to move out to the country. We would love to homeschool our kids. We would love to get out of debt, but we just don't know how to do it. How do you do it? What do you mean, how do I do it? Well, like, your wife doesn't work. She's a stay-at-home mother. I go, yeah, it's absolutely true. Christine stays at home. She does work. She probably works harder than I work, to be quite honest. She prepares all our meals. She does schooling with the kids. She helps run the farm. She deals with all the bills and all that kind of stuff. And what do? I go outside, get cold, and work hard. And sit at a desk for my 9 to 5. So how do we do it? Here's how we do it. We're frugal. We don't go on big vacations. It's just not happening. We don't care for it. We don't have that type of appetite. We haven't built that appetite in ourselves. We don't go out to eat except for on date nights. And occasionally, for something special, we'll take the kids out, we'll go grab a burger or something, and we'll go out to eat. But it's always a special event. It's not a once a week type of deal. We don't buy fancy designer clothes. The jeans I'm wearing in this video are from Roundhouse. They're an American-made apparel company that makes American-made denim jeans. The denim's made in America. They're $70. There's nothing fancy about them. They are just an amazing, high-quality work jean. We just keep it simple. We don't do anything fancy. And we've done that for years. And what we've done is we've built an appetite for the things that we can afford versus building an appetite for things that we can't afford. We don't buy new cars. We don't buy fancy cars. That old pickup truck I drive around, I paid $2,500 for it, and it was a great investment. Our family car is an old Mercedes 1984 diesel. Why did I get a diesel car? Well, because you can always get diesel. If there's a diesel shortage, there will be no food on the shelves. And our other car is a 1991 Suburban. So between all our cars, we barely hit the 90s. It just means that we have stuff that's easy to fix and we don't have a bill to pay. And I'm not putting this on other folks, but when people ask me, how do you do it? This is how we do it. We keep our money at home.
What a content little puppy. All right. We have been on the struggle bus. The last 2 bolts have literally been kicking my butt. That one didn't want to go in and bent, and this one is just being a pain in the butt. But I think I got it figured out. I need to raise the board up just a little so it leverages the board, the bolt down, and that should get the bolt in. There it goes. One whack just for being a pain in my butt. Last bolt for the evening, and it just wanted to give me a hard time. That's always how it goes. It's always how it goes, but it's okay. We got the work done, and the best part is that's the best part. I know everything I'm doing is so exciting, but you know what? She's what you all came here to look at. Who cares what I'm doing? What a satisfying evening it's been. The puppy's done great. She's just hanging out. She's very content. I've done this before with dogs, and I find it's best to let them get used to the environment that they're in before you turn them out, turn them free, turn them loose to really start protecting it. She's also way too young to be left up here unconfined by herself. In the next week or so, the boys and I will be making a dog house for her and Merle, and it's going to be like an A-frame style dog house, so it'll be easy for the rain to run off. The floor will be lifted off the ground, so in the summer they can get underneath of it if they'd like for the nice cool dirt, and in the winter they'll be on top of the ground. They'll be raised above the ground. What I'll probably do is insulate the floor, so we'll have plywood on the bottom and on the top. It'll be completely sealed so no critters can get in there and make nests, but it will also mean that the floor will be somewhat insulated from the bitter cold wind, so that way when the dogs lay down in there, and I'll put some hay in there, but I don't like using it. Here's why. When they're in with the goats, sometimes they'll think the goat food is their bedding and they won't want the goats to eat it. I've had that actually happen. So all right, well, the sun is set completely, but it is a beautiful night up here. There's no wind. It's nice and cool. Thank you for joining me on another day of working on the greenhouse.